Hey everyone, this is Origami Folder 25 back to you with another video. It's going to be a little bit different for this one. Don't really have like a tutorial or anything new to show you guys. But recently I've just been, you might know if you keep up with me on either origamiyoda.com or my blog, Fortune Whoopie 2255's blog at wordpress.com. But I've recently stepped down from doing origami. Like I just don't really have as much time as I used to getting a job and with college and everything like that. So I just wanted to take some time and kind of like go over a lot of the past creations I've done. As you can see, I've got just like my huge collection of things that I've done. I've been kind of like reorganizing my origami wall with everything I've got on there. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to take some time and go over most of the stuff that I made pretty briefly. So I guess where's a good place to start? I guess I'll just start here. So I've just been kind of like pulling out some stuff to put on my wall. We got Sauvage Press. This fold was actually, I forget who it was, but there was a really awesome design that had 6 built-in horns for Darth Maul, which I have somewhere around here that I'm trying to find. But yeah, it just looks really good. I like it a lot. Got some of the Bad Batch here. We got Echo, we got Crosshair, Hunter, we got Wrecker right here. I've got a Tech somewhere in here that I'm also trying to find. Maybe we'll see him later down in the video. Who knows? Maybe I don't know. He sacrificed himself in that one episode. Spoilers, I'm sorry. But yeah, that was pretty good. They have removable helmets, I think. Yep, so you got the faces underneath. We got Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean. I really like all the dark blue details on him. That was a really fun one to make. The beard was fun to draw. Got a simple Spider-Man from the original movies. Really like those. Gandalf the White from Lord of the Rings trilogy. We got a Grogu. This was actually a YouTube video that I watched and made it on. It wasn't one that I created. It was just something I found online, and I wanted to try it out, so that's pretty cool. Cara Dune from The Mandalorian. Again, just like the simple origami base that I have a video for. Links down below. We got a Captain Rex, which was the clone base from Tom Engelberger's Art 2D2 tutorial book, and just a simple base three-fold puppet just glued on there to create that. Got a Cad Bane, again pretty simple. We got a chopper, which is basically the same thing as the R2D2 that I made for that video. But it's just shortened. As you can see, it's like a little bit shorter paper, a little bit more squatty. I think I just made that bottom fold a little bit longer or wider or something like that to get that short, more feel. Moving over here, we got like a bunch of kind of like my best creations. We got Frodo. There's a Samwise Gamgee right there. Got Mandalorian from the first episode of The Mandalorian from Disney Plus before he got his Beskar armor, which I have one version right here. This is a smaller version. He's got Grogu in a little bag right there for some reason. And then there's another one up there. Get a closer look at that in a minute. If I can zoom back out here, if my camera lets me. There we go. This was actually from a book, which I'll pull off right here. Star Wars Origami by Chris Alexander. Really awesome book. I recommend checking it out if you're really serious in origami. It's got some pretty fun stuff in there. But like, there's a lot of stuff that I've made from this book. We got a Jabba. We've got Vader's TIE Advance, which got a little crumpled, which kind of sucks. Got a Clone Trooper, Droid Tri-Fighter, Anakin's Jedi Starfighter also got bit crushed. They've all been in this box, so they've gotten all a bit crushed. Sorry about that. The Death Star, Han Solo and Carbonite, a Darth Vader mask. Not really going to go into much detail on those since it's all in the book and you can either get it from the library and try them yourself or something like that. Highly recommend that. We got a Mandalorian. This is actually Remy, if you don't know who that is. It's just the characters from the Origami Yoda books. And I have some of those scattered around here. I've got Zeb from Rebels, B1 Battle Droid. I still don't, I made this a while back and I forgot how to make it. I might try to reverse engineer that sometime. Just a prototype Darth Vader. You got Bowser here. This was interesting. I'm not sure if I made this one or someone else just kind of cobbled it together and then I did some decorating, but yeah, it's just, I don't really like the face that much. I'm not sure if I did the best job on that, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, this is kind of self-explanatory. We got Captain Phasma. Again, pretty simple. This was kind of back in the early days when I was starting origami. We got Miles Morales, same base as the Spider-Man right there. Purple Mungie. What's this? Zuro the Hutt, I think his name was. He was in an episode of the Clone Wars. It's just Tom Engelberger's Jabba the Hutt design, only in purple. And I tried to do some yellow permanent marker there, but as you can see, it didn't really come through. He's got like kind of really bright yellow markings. That's kind of one of his distinct features, but it really doesn't show up there that well. This was a prototype Thanos that I made before I made this one, and you might recognize this one since it is from that video that I made about it. But yeah, this was the original, and it looks like I never did finish it. It's got an Infinity Gauntlet on there, looking pretty buff, but yeah, that's really wasn't that too much to talk about there. Another fold, same as Savage Press. This was actually a minifigure in Lego, I believe, and I just made some details off of that. We got Saruman from Lord of the Rings. Again, same as Gandalf the White, but with different detailing. Peter Venkman from Ghostbusters. I forgot about this one, honestly. Yeah, I kind of like this one. He's got the proton pack on the back. Looks like I didn't do any detailing for that, but I kind of like the face. The suit was really fun to draw, and the what do you call the nozzle? I guess the pack. I'll just keep going back. I like that design. We got Embo, I think was his name. Another bounty hunter sort of thing. The Red Ranger. I've got all the original Power Rangers in here. So we'll see those in a minute, but there's the Red Ranger. Stormtrooper, I got a few of those. And Baby Yoda that Tom Engelberger again designed. Back in like, what was it? 2020 or 2021, I think it was. There was a New Year's Eve challenge where I stayed up late at night. We were all folding super folders on origamiyoda.com. We're folding a lot of these, submitting it in. Then however many were folded, that be like $1 each for a charity. So that was pretty cool. I believe this was like a prototype Yoda from the first Origami Yoda book. I was just kind of like fiddling around, I guess. That's how it's supposed to look like, but I was tweaking, folding the head down, seeing if that could be used for anything. Looks like it didn't get very far. Another Among Us. The first General Grievous I made. This one's got kind of like that glossy paper that you find in a lot of the R2-D2 book and the Super Folder File, I believe. It's kind of like that glossy feel. Really, really nice paper. Amy the Hedgehog from Sonic. Got a Sonic somewhere around here. We'll get to that once we're into the good stuff. This is all like a little bit of a prequel. More Among Us. Waluigi. Yeah, I'm not going to really get too much into this. It's like, aha, there we go. There's tech. But yeah, I'm not going to really get into much of this because then this video would be really, really long, and I just want to not avoid that. Well, I do want to avoid that, I should say. Let me see if there's anything else that's worthy to highlight here. We got an Inquisitor, another prototype Boba Fett, an Iron Man. This is actually one of my original designs. If you flip them back here, if I can get the camera right, you can flip this up and then fold him back just the way he was. And then he's got his helmet on instead of his face. So I think that's pretty cool. Again, this was back in the early days where I wasn't like using the paper and it was more markers. So you can see the lack of quality there, I say. It's still cool, but I could probably do way better with the resources that I have now. Yeah, I don't really think there's too much to go over here. Just gonna have the camera there, I guess. You guys can see it for yourself. But now we're gonna get into the good stuff. This is kind of like my premium stuff. I've been kind of like hanging up all of my most favorite creations up here. We'll go over those on the wall in a second. But down here we got, as I was saying, the Mandalorians, Frodo, Sam. This is my Pickletine, the best one I've made. It's the one on the cover of Emperor Pickletine Rides the Bus, which is the 8th book in the Origami Yoda series, I believe. I could be wrong. I've gotten a little rusty on those now. But his face is actually raised with cardboard cutouts right there. Because in the book and in the instructions, it says to put a pickle right there. Obviously, I'm not going to use perishable food in origami. I don't really want my whole room to smell like pickle. So I just use cardboard instead to get that like kind of raised feel, and I think it works out pretty well. There we go, there's Sonic. For marker, I think he does look really good. I did a decent job on this one, I think. I'm not sure if I've put a video out for it yet. I might have made paper instructions, and you can find those on my blog. We got Ant-Man here. Again, just a simple one. Thanos, as I've already discussed. Kit Fisto. Now, this is an interesting one. The body and head are actually two separate. I'm not sure if there's any possible way to get the body and head combined, to my knowledge. There probably is, but I'm just not smart enough, or I can't really figure that out. But the head is just like made of using a lot of cuts to get those tentacles there. And then I just glued the head on top of the body. The body's pretty simple. It's just a polygon-ish shape, if that's what it's called, I guess. So yeah, might go over that again. Been wanting to for a little bit, so who knows. We got Lando Calrissian. Again, just a simple puppet, but with that really cool paper and really meticulous details. I really like this one. He came together pretty good, and it didn't take very long. Queen, yeah. Why am I blanking on the name? Anyway, this is Padme Amidala with the dress and the hand there. I really like the hair with the brown. I've got so many different kinds of brown, and I think this one just looks pretty good and accurate on that. Yoda from that Chris Alexander book, as I've discussed. This is probably one of my personal favorites. We got Jabba the Hutt. Now, this is the same design as you saw from Zero the Hutt earlier, but with that kind of like greenish yellow paper on the front cover, which of this book that I'll show you here really quick. It's got like this kind of like textured paper right here. Now, I'm not sure even where to get this or if they even make it anymore. So I just used what I had. And yeah, I think it looks pretty darn close to the original. Usually I try and make my origami as close to the original as possible. That's what I strive for. But yeah, definitely really, really love this one. What else we got here? We got Tails to go along with Sonic. Wolfman, this was from like a Halloween origami book that I forget where I got, probably from the library. Maybe could have used some better paper for that, but it is what it is. We got Boba Fett. This one, again, is pretty cool. It's a simple design that going over that Mandalorian video that I made a while back, but just with a lot of simple decals, and I think it works really well for him. We got Princess Label Maker here, as she's called in the books. Of course, you know it's Princess Leia, but with, I think I made this might have been my first video, I believe. I'm really not sure. I think it was my first video. But I believe this is the exact same one that was in that video. I might have done a little bit of updating on her, like redoing the belt, adding a new hand, redrawing the face a little bit, just to make it more book accurate. Now we got Han Solo here, or Han Folo as he's called in the books. I've got the previous version right here, and you can definitely see there's a drastic leap in quality. With this one in particular, I spent a lot of time cutting out little paper details for him. As you can see right there, for his belt, for his collar right there, for the nose, the eyes, the hair, the eyebrows. Those are all paper cutouts. That took maybe 2 or 3 hours to do, but really, really love the finished outcome. We've got probably one of my top 5 favorite things I've done, the Van Janky Yoda. This was very, very hard to say the least. We've got, it's 3D, but oh man, I can't even explain how I did this. It was just, took some time to get it really good, and with the brown paper and all that. But yeah, I love this one a lot. All right, so now it's the moment you've all been waiting for, or moving on to the good stuff on my wall. So we got some earlier prototypes of things right here. We got some previous Jabba the Hutt, the previous Mace Windu, Minecraft Steve, Mara Jane. That's from the comics, I believe. Of course, we got the iconic Fortune Wookiee. This one was just a template that I printed off online. Tom has it on his website, origamiyoda.com. A previous Mandalorian, Cad Bane, Luke, and Ventress right there. All right, here we go, the good stuff. Starting off, we've got kind of like in the middle right here, I'll start off here. We got kind of like my progression of how I've done these Yodas. Whoops, looks like one fell right here. Just kind of like stick it up back here, that way you guys aren't seeing it, so that, and give spoilers. But right here, we've got the very first attempt at a cover Yoda I tried to do. As you can see, it's probably not correct, but it is what it is. For a first try, I think it did look pretty good. And yeah, even if it was pencil, I was pretty proud of it at the time. Of course, as I got more advanced and learned how to do better techniques, obviously the progression came over. For the version 2, I think it's the same fold as this one, only with the colored paper for that top of the head. Only I used Sharpie for the robe, which might not have been the smartest idea, since it does give that like kind of whitey showing, but I think I did a good job with covering it up, and it looks pretty colored for the most part. Moving on, we got version 3. This was what I settled on for a while, excuse me. But we've got, this is, I tried to do the same design as my V5, but instead, it's not all one piece of paper. The ears, head, and robe are all separate pieces of paper. So technically, it's not the true cover Yoda, but it is technically like the same design, more or less. Yeah, it was pretty fun. Again, I should have used like maybe some colored paper to get that more finished feel. But this is the one I kind of like camped out on a while before I moved on to my V4. I didn't stay too long on this one. I made it and then I decided, I don't really like it that much. So yeah, and then we jumped all the way to the iconic V5. This is what my YouTube profile picture is, the one you guys are probably most familiar with. This is the cover Yoda that I have had for probably 2.5 years now, possibly 3. This is all one piece of paper besides the hand and the lightsaber. Yes, that's all one piece of paper. Technically, I made it using all that tan paper. So the tan paper you see right here for the robe, the whole puppet is actually that one piece of paper. And then I unfolded the head and ears, and then I slapped on the green paper, refolded it, and then crumpled it up to make it look like it was double-sided or something like that. That's kind of like the secret I do for a lot of my puppets. So like I make the base out of like the base color or just scrap paper I have lying around, and then I unfold the parts that I need to and glue on the colored paper, so that way it looks like it's all in piece, when in actuality it's kind of like little bits and pieces stitched together. But I think that feel looks really, really good. Moving on to Darth Vader, we've got the V1 right here. This is mostly all the same fold, just I perfected it as I went along. This one, honestly, it's not bad. The detailing just got a little bit blurry, I think. Maybe water damage or something on it a little bit. The marker probably wasn't that great either for the white there, but I still think it looks pretty good. This one is the V2, well, more like V1.5. It's the 10-fold Darth Vader. So it's not technically the cover, so we'll skip that one. This is the V2. It's made of black construction paper, which is it's lighter than the glossy black paper. But it still gets the point across, makes it look like he's been through more wear and tear. Don't really like that he's more wide, but again, this is one that I settled on before moving on to my V3. This is my perfected version that I kind of have for like my perfection series. It's got like that really glossy, shiny black paper that I get from Hobby Lobby. I get all my paper from Hobby Lobby. Love that store. But yeah, it's got white paint pen for those details. Looks really, really good, I believe. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Going over the rest of the wall, let me zoom out a bit here. We got some droids. We got R2-Q2, a couple R2-D2s. This one is the one from my R2-D2 video. It's the perfected version I made. We got an R5. We have an Infinity Ultron from that What If episode. We also got my perfected Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think I made a video for that as well. A couple Mandalorians. We got Bo-Katan and the Mandalorian in his Beskar armor. That's also made using the same tutorial as my Mandalorian video. We got a Darth Maul, C-3PO, the Ventress, Gelndorf, Luke Skywalker, Ahsoka. This was an Ewok I made for a competition. I think it looks pretty good. His name is Lube, I think, and he's a mechanic that joined the Rebel Alliance, is the story I came up for him. We got another Obi-Wan. This one's a different design, again, for that competition that I mentioned. We got Kylo Ren. This is made using the same folding as Pickletine, Emperor Palpatine, I should say. As he's called Pickletine in the books. Anyway, on a tangent. He's made using the same fold as Emperor Palpatine, only with a separate piece of paper for the mask and lightsaber. Moving on, we got some video game characters here for a treat. Moving over here, we got these are all from Clash of Clans, by the way. We got the Barbarian King, the Grand Warden, the Archer Queen, and the Royal Champion. Those are all just, again, from the simple base puppet video that I made. I think I made that. I either made it. I forget. Anyway, we got a samurai helmet there. I actually got this when I got my Origami Yoda book set. I'm not sure how it was in there or who made it, but I think it was just kind of like a gift that came with the purchase. So I display it right here because I think it's pretty cool. We got a jack-o'-lantern there, again, from Chris Alexander's YouTube page. He's got a lot of cool stuff on there. So that was made during around Halloween time. We got a knee nub. Tom Engelberger made a video about that, or a tutorial somewhere. We got kind of like drawn versions of Darth Vader and Yoda. It's supposed to look like maybe the Force Ghost versions, or like they're drawn on the wall sort of thing. I got the Rebel insignia here. This was very, very, very hard. I forget how I made it at all, so don't ask for a video about that because I completely forgot how to do that. Over here on the left, we've got another C-3PO, Bib Fortuna, that droid from the prequels, we got Captain America, we got Darth Malgus. This was the first thing that I invented how to fold, like 5 years ago at this point, golly. But yeah, this holds a special place in my heart because it's the first thing that I ever originally made. It's all one piece. We got a couple of Admiral Akbars. Again, Tom Engelberger designed those. We have, I'm not sure who this is, but it is from Paper Mario the Origami King. Him and, I think it's a him. We got that and Princess Peach. They're both like paper craft versions, so technically not origami, but I think they're cool, so I display them here anyway. We got another Boba Fett right here, a Christmas tree that I made. I posted that on my blog. We got Supreme Leader Snoke. For some reason, it was a big hit on Origami Yoda. Don't know why. There's that Darth Maul that I was talking about. Again, the same fold as those other two ones that we saw earlier. And we got Ki-Adi Mundi, another Baby Yoda. These all right here on the bottom, from this Obi-Wan Kenobi to the Stormtrooper, those are all folds that Tom Engelberger created for his May the 4th videos. So yeah, I wanted to kind of like make all those in a professional style to give it that really clean look. Turn off my lamp there for a second because it was really messing up my lighting. But now we got a couple of Pong Krells. This is used for the General. This was the same design as General Grievous right here that you see. Sorry about the lighting. But only with a couple tweaks, like the chest right there and that little divot on the top, just kind of like forced the paper out that way. Adjusted the head a little bit, so that way it was more round. But yeah, I think that's probably everything I can think of right here. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to leave it off there. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope you liked this little tour around my room/studio, and I really hope you've gotten some insight and inspiration into how I make things. And until next time, this has been Origami Folder 25 signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!